Hello guys, Survivor here. Welcome back to another video. Now I just got done recording my Cinder video, and I really want to talk about this because, there's a lot we need to talk about. Now I was gonna make some predictions on the Resident Evil 2 remake, and I was gonna make that into like its own video, and I kind of did. But then more news came out that there was gonna be no A and B scenario, and the deluxe edition shit just came out. Like deluxe edition details came out, and to be honest with y'all, I want to get the damn deluxe edition because y'all are gonna find out why. So, Resident Evil 2 remake. My thoughts. I really want to talk about this. I also want to make another video on the Resident Evil 2 remake, like why I am hyped for it. But I really want to talk about these specific things. Now I'll make that video like sometime, I don't know, later down the road or something, because y'all know how I am with stuff, games and shit. But okay, so we need to talk about the A and B scenario. Definitely gone. Now I technically like the A and B scenario. It's what now people at first were kind of mixed on it because the A and B scenario is what made the original Resident Evil 2 so replayable. Because regardless of how the story's kind of the same, there's always going to be some differences in how you're going to compare, like which you thought was better on, like which A scenario was better or which B scenario was better. Because literally there were like many changes, like there are definitely like lots of differences with the A and B scenarios, and it's what made the game replayable. Because you just want to see like what happens, what happened differently in the grand scheme of things, of the story, because let's say in the A scenario, the canon one at that point, Claire A and Leon B. Sherry never saw her mom die, because she was trying to be cured and stuff, and that storyline. But if you go with Leon A or Claire B, Sherry actually finds her mom and actually says goodbye, just goodbye to her while she's just dying and shit, like all that shit, which was really which was really depressing, as basically in the canon story she never really actually saw her mom and say goodbye or something like that. And all that shit, it was just wow on that, So yeah, I really want to see how the actual story does go, because let's be honest here. Once you guys think about it, I think we really need to see on what really happened in the Raccoon City incident, like what events really occurred, like let's say. Because it's obvious at this point that people were saying that Claire A and Leon B were the main canon. Because if you go with the Dark Side Chronicles, mostly, Chief Irons had the freaking thing, but Savage Chance, he had to fight that monster. Ben got killed by William, literally single-handedly. And you fought, and also a little bit of a small hint that you actually fight William in the area in the right at the entrance where Leon was supposed to leave, which that happens in his B campaign where you're supposed to fight him. So again, a little bit of a detail right there. And also Ada basically sacrificed herself against Mr. X in the fight when Claire and Leon fights him in the power room and shit. So yeah, it just makes all. But the thing is, those are just the major events, though. But what really is canon? Let's say the Resident Evil 2 remake kept those same events happening, but what if different events that happened, let's say in Leon A or Claire B campaign, like certain moments have happened, but the same events that happened in the Dark Side Chronicles from the Resident Evil 2 storyline still happen, though? Think about it. Because more than likely we are going to be getting... I'm hoping that we are going to get some events that, we were... Man, I really want to talk about this next one so fucking bad, but this is how I was thinking. In the Resident Evil 2 remake, from what we got, Leon meets up with Marvin, and if we're going by the canon storyline, quote unquote, that people have been believing in years, for years at this point, Claire meets up with Marvin, but in the remake, Leon meets up with him, which got me thinking. So are they gonna incorporate like elements from like story bits from the A scenario, like the A, like Leon A and Claire B scenarios, while also mixing with the stuff that happened in the Claire A and Leon B scenarios? Really interesting, but the A and B scenario is just the icing on the cake of what I'm about to talk about, and could lead to amounts of possibilities of what's going to go down and what we're going to be seeing in the remake. Because when I saw this fucking, because when I found the deluxe edition shit on the fucking PlayStation Store, it just that one costume alone, and from what we saw in the trailer, if you look deep enough and think about it for a bit, if you look at the history of Resident Evil 2 with Resident Evil 1.5, this got me thinking a whole lot, and can literally lead to lots of possibilities on where the remake could go, and it's looking pretty damn interesting. And oh my god! Okay, so in the Resident Evil 2 Deluxe Edition, if you decide to get the Deluxe Edition, it includes the noir outfits for Claire and Leon. I'm really hoping the noir outfit is the same from Resident Evil 4, because I have no idea why it just sounds cool. We're also gonna be getting our Clay sheriff outfit from Leon. I'm kind of interested in how that's gonna look, though. Though if I remember correctly, it could be like one of the original costumes from the Resident Evil 2 game, but like where he has the leather jacket or something. I don't know. I honestly don't fucking know. It could be like a redesign of that. I just don't know. But the one that caught my eye, Claire's got a costume, the Elsa Walker costume. And if you don't know who Elsa Walker is, look up the history of Resident Evil 2. And if you look at the history of that, while in development, like Resident Evil 2 was 60% complete. Because games back then, like once we were advancing throughout, that generation, with the PS1 and stuff like that, we were getting games then were kind of getting a bit more easier to make and release, like Resident Evil 2 did, as basically 60% of the game was finished by the time once you got like the Resident Evil 1.5. That's basically what Resident Evil 1.5 is. It's basically Resident Evil 2, the very original Resident Evil 2. And it was just only 60% done. Leon was still in it as one of the main protagonists, but Elsa Walker was actually another character who was eventually replaced as Claire. And to be honest, having Elsa Walker as a freaking costume, that's surprising to me, because that is basically Capcom just going back, looking up at a character that they never even thought about for 20 years, 2 decades. That's crazy shit. Like, when you think about it. And that caught my eye. It made me think a whole lot differently on how the remake is going to go. Because if you look more into the Resident Evil 1.5 footage, I'm talking about the entire footage of it, which I think was like 2 hours or something. Maybe if you count it as a speed run, it's like 2 hours. But if you look at it, Robert Kendo, the gunshot owner you meet at the beginning of Resident Evil 2, he's actually he was originally supposed to be one of the main characters in the story, at least like one of the major characters. He was supposed to help out in Elsa Walker's story and have a bigger role in it. So more than likely, he was supposed to be in Claire's story, but he got scraped by and ended up getting killed off early, because why not? I mean, don't get me wrong, I kind of like the neat touch with Robert at the beginning, but the fact that he was supposed to play a larger role with helping Claire / Elsa with Sherry, it's pretty interesting. And the thing is, right before they go down that elevator in the 1.5 footage I found, he literally encounters they literally encounter William, like Robert sees William, and I'm pretty sure his reaction was like, "What the hell?" So that's cool, and I really am hoping for that, because the reason why I'm saying this is because Leon in Resident Evil 1.5, Marvin played a larger role in his story, a bigger role, because he was supposed to be alongside with Ada in Leon's story, and so now that he's gonna be somewhat become, I don't know, have a larger role, somewhat, or freaking since they got like an Elder Walker costume, someone tells me that they are gonna make Marvin, to the point where he literally is like Leon's partner, like throughout the entire game until like it gets to the lab, which if you actually seen Resident Evil 1.5 footage, he actually follows you to the lab. I don't know what happens to him afterwards. In 1.5, I'm pretty sure he still dies, but he was still like limping and shit. Same wound too, like that you see in the remake trailer. So I am very curious and this got me also thinking that people say that freaking Ada in the trailer like she's in the shadow and everything, but instead of a trench coat, I'm very curious, what if that isn't a trench coat that she's wearing, or some that she's wearing in the trailer? It may seem like it, but why do I feel like that? Because of the Elder Walker shit, and the freaking fact that Marvar's going to play a bigger role, which is probably going to be how he was supposed to be in the Resident Evil 1.5 demo, and if that's going to be the case, then Robert Kendall's probably going to get the same treatment. Oh my god, that would be amazing. If that's how they're going to go with it, what if Ada in the trailer really isn't wearing like a trench coat or something that we're all basically like thinking about in the trailer that she's wearing? What if she's wearing a lab coat? Think about that. I know it isn't wide enough to like see like she's wearing a lab coat, but in Resident Evil 1.5, she was wearing a lab coat. She was actually supposed to be like a researcher of Umbrella at that point, and she later reveals that she was a researcher and she wasn't like a wandering scientist or something like that. I know they changed Ada's character completely in the original, but I feel that they can still fit her spy character arc, her spy story arc, along with her being a researcher, because I think that can work. I feel like that really can work, as she's still deceiving Leon. Like that's basically like the whole point of her character back in Resident Evil 2. That was basically the point of her character, the deceiving Leon. So the fact that if they could put that little tiny bit into Ada's character where she's a researcher, not just some wandering woman, because that'd be kind of suspicious, that would actually make a lot of sense. I have no idea why. I just feel like that would make somewhat, I don't know, more sense that she's infiltrating Umbrella, and I don't know. It would just make some more sense in my personal opinion. So yeah, Resident Evil 1.5. Again, like I was saying, it leads to a whole lot of possibilities on how the Resident Evil remake can go. After finding out that there's going to be an Elsa Walker costume, and when you think about it more from the trailer with Marvin and a little bit with Ada, and maybe to like if you think about it with Robert Kendall as well, if he's going to get the same treatment, oh man, I am, ooh, with Marvin supposedly getting like somewhat of a bigger role, I really am curious if he's gonna really be like Leon's partner like throughout the entire game, because that would be really interesting. Because Leon, it was more interesting to see him and Marvin interact more, and I don't know. I think I just don't know, guys. This is so much we can think about, and with the A and B scenarios no longer there, and we can get like a much clearer sense of what the story's gonna be and what really happened instead of the continuity issues. I really am hoping they do fix the continuity issues, because Resident Evil 2, as much as I love the game, it had some continuity issues, especially in the canon campaign, which is kind of ironic. Like, yo, if y'all see my Resident Evil 2 series, y'all gonna see how, like, I even named one of my episodes Inconsistency in one of my Leon B episodes, because it was I was so mad, like, how it did not make any damn sense. But now that we're more into the, gaming art form where story and characters are also just as important as, like I say, the gameplay and the elements of, of stuff in the game, that is going to play an important factor, at least to me, because I love stories, and the fact that Resident Evil 2 is getting a remake, and the story in the Resident Evil remake originally is better than what we got, in the original game, which I kind of like more because of the characters and all that stuff. The Resident Evil 2 remake. Oh man, it's gonna be good shit. I just think about the stuff that, like, just think about it. What if they took this damn, like, they took so long to make this game, right? What if they took this long while they were researching Resident Evil 1.5 and decided to put elements into that? And that's the reason why we didn't really get, like, a lot of news about it. We thought, like, it was dead because they were working their asses off on it. And I'm pretty sure they were going to surprise us at E3. Like, dude. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, they were trying to think about, oh, when should we announce the remake? When should we announce and give a fucking trailer? We should try at E3, but I don't know if we could this year. Maybe at Tokyo Game Show. Nah. Like, I can see that going at the lead guy that was behind. The guy that was in that video that announced that we were getting a Resident Evil 2 remake. I feel like that he was the one that was like, I don't know, when should we announce it? I can just see that them, like, taking all that time without saying any more detail on the Resident Evil 2 remake by the fact that it was announced that we're getting it, probably because they were working their asses off on like how good they're gonna make it. And from the looks of it, it's looking damn good. They're getting the Resident Evil 4 style gameplay, which is really interesting. And here's something really cool. If Leon ends up getting bit, the bite is, like, literally there in the cutscenes. Like, he literally got bit in the damn neck. And I know, like, heal up over the course of time, especially if you use, like, a first aid spray. But the fact that it's in there in the cutscenes is just, like, you never seen this in a Resident Evil game before. You don't. You never did. And that's awesome. I love that, because when have bites really been that important in Resident Evil? Because you're gonna live anyway. Like, it's like a virus spreading your body. Like if you get bit, like everyone else in the freaking Resident Evil universe and shit, and zombie movies. Yeah. Oh man, guys, I really want to talk about this because this just think about it. This could lead to a whole lot of possibilities of what's gonna go down. All right. Now, I feel like depending, like, which character you play as first, it depends, like, which ending you're probably gonna get, or something. Kind of like the whole Leon A and Claire B scenario, because it could be bullshitting, but I don't know. Like, let's say if you play through Claire's first, or you go through Leon's first, you do not get Mr. X. But if you play through, like, the other character after being this one character's campaign, you are gonna get Mr. X. I feel like that would be a pretty cool extra because Mr. X is supposed to fight Claire in a lot of Resident Evil games. It's been shown that Leon in the canon, he's supposed to fight Mr. X in all the versions. Literally, even at the smallest details, kind of indicate that he fought it, and Ada kind of, like, quote unquote dies at the most reasonable level, as she didn't, like, die. She just was passed out because of the attack from Mr. X. It was kind of obvious, even at some games like Resident Evil: The Umbrella Chronicles. But anyway, the Resident Evil 2 remake, the deluxe edition, and the Resident Evil 1.5 and all that stuff. Yo, just fucking yo. Hope you guys enjoy this video, my thoughts on all this, and I will make why I'm excited for the Resident Evil 2 remake. Like the video if y'all enjoyed it, subscribe if y'all want to see more, comment below what y'all think. And if y'all are new to the channel, if y'all want to see more, be sure to subscribe for more. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see y'all in the next video. Survivor out. After thinking about all that, I cannot wait to see what the fucking remake is going to be like.